What do you want me to say? That was a straight up ass whooping. The Houston Texans controlled that game from start to finish. I don't care that Kareem Hunt scored the first touchdown of the game for the Cleveland Browns. Houston was still in control of that game. Did you see what CJ Stroud did against supposedly the number one defense in the league? Was Myles Garrett even on the field yesterday? I didn't see him doing anything. But I don't want to take credit away from the Houston Texans because they absolutely nailed it. DeMeco Ryans, perfect head coach. CJ Stroud, absolutely the rookie of the year. Nico Collins is becoming a star. When Tank Dell gets back, he's going to become a star. So you better watch out for the Houston Texans moving forward. But this is exactly why I did not want to play CJ Stroud in the wild card round. When you go back and watch the Browns defense this season, they have struggled against mobile quarterbacks all season long. Lamar Jackson, Geno Smith, Lamar Jackson again, Russell Wilson, and now CJ Stroud. The Browns defense struggled against all of them. The only win the Browns got against a mobile quarterback was when they came back to defeat Lamar Jackson and the Ravens in Week 10. And they only did that because the Ravens self-destructed. But I also got to give credit to Deshaun Watson because even though he was dealing with a broken shoulder or whatever it was, he was a hero in the second half. But that's my biggest problem with Deshaun Watson is so far we've seen a couple good halves from him, but we haven't seen him actually play a full good game yet. So right now, I'm saying it. The Houston Texans absolutely won that trade against us. When we got Deshaun Watson and they got all the draft stock, look at what they've turned that draft stock into. They're on their way to the divisional round. Where are the Browns? Sitting at home. They're going to be sitting at home, eating potato chips, drinking beer or drinking soda, whatever, watching the playoffs with the rest of us. There's nothing else really to say other than that. The Browns absolutely got their asses handed to them. The Houston Texans were the better team by a country mile. And, yeah, congratulations to the Houston Texans. You guys totally earned this. I have been saying for a while this season, watch out for the Houston Texans. They are going to win the division. People were calling me crazy, and people were doubting me. Even when they lost to the Jaguars in the second game, which Houston should have won that game, the refs screwed them. I was still saying, hey, Houston is going to win the division. And lo and behold, what happened? This is exactly why, like I said, I did not want to play the Texans in the wild card because I don't care that we won the first game against the Texans on Christmas Eve, 36-22 or whatever it was, because that was not a good representation of who the Houston Texans are, because CJ Stroud was not in that game and they were dealing with a number of other injuries. What you saw yesterday is who the Houston Texans are. CJ Stroud, he is, I would say he's already a superstar. To others, they might say he's on the verge of breaking through and becoming a superstar. Regardless, I would already say he's in the top 10 of quarterbacks in the league, easily. Maybe even top 5. At one point in the last couple weeks, I was trying to argue maybe Zay Flowers, the wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens, could win Offensive Rookie of the Year. No! It's going to be CJ Stroud. And after this game against Cincinnati, in Cincinnati, I was saying CJ Stroud should be in consideration for league MVP. The only reason he's not going to win it is because he missed a couple games. I think if he had stayed healthy, he would have had a great chance to beat out Lamar Jackson and win MVP. You know what's interesting, though, is there is a chance we could get a rematch of the Texans and the Ravens. Back in week 1, those two teams played each other in Baltimore, and the Ravens absolutely laid the smackdown on the Texans. But if we get this matchup again in the divisional round, I think it would be a very different game. But again, I have to give all the credit to the Houston Texans. They straight up whooped the Browns' ass 45-14. Houston was in control of that game from start to finish. So congratulations to D'Amico Ryans, C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson, Nico Collins, Dalton Schultz, Singletary, Kareem Jackson, all the rest of the Houston Texans, and your fans and Sauce Sports. You got me. You thoroughly bitch slapped me. So, good luck moving forward. I hope the Texans have a deep playoff run. Hey, if the Texans go on to win the Super Bowl, I'll give credit to you. I know you're not a player or anything like that, but Sauce Sports, I know you from the times we have worked together. You are a diehard Texans fan. So, if they go on to win the Super Bowl, I'll give partial credit to you for that one. But, obviously, we still have a long way to go before we get there. Speaking of the wild card round, so today we are getting Matthew Stafford returning home to Detroit to take on the Lions. This will be Matthew Stafford's first game in Detroit since he got traded to the LA Rams in exchange for Jared Goff. So this is Jared Goff going against his former team. I can't wait. So, I am considering actually doing a live stream of this game for just the first quarter, where I would follow guys like Norbcam, Tom Grassi, and others who do live streams where they do their live play-by-play commentary and give their reactions and thoughts on what's happening in the game. So, if I were to do a live stream like that, would you tune in? So, that's going to do it for this video, and I will see you next time.